Welcome to this series on sight reading. By the end of this lesson, you will be reading and playing a famous melody. But first, I want you to wipe out everything you have learned about reading notes and bear with me, okay? A piano score usually looks like this. It has two staves. Each staff is made of 5 lines. The top one is called the treble clef, the bottom one the bass clef. In this lesson, I am going to teach you only one note. I'll show where it is on the staff and where it is on the piano. A note on the staff usually looks like a roundish dot with a pole on it. Almost looks like a golf club. We can choose any one here, but let's start with this one. Where am I going to put it? I'm actually going to add an extra line under the staff and put the note there. This corresponds to exactly one key on the piano. This one. And I really want you to remember this. Got it? Next, I'd like you to imagine the staff as a ladder. To climb up or down without skipping steps, if we start on a line, we go line, space, line, space, line, space, line. On the piano, that corresponds to doing this. Line, space, line, space, line, space, line, and so on. Here's that note again. We are ready to play all this. All we have to do is start climbing. Here we go. There's that note on the line. Where's the next note? Same line. The next note is the next space up. The next note is the same space. The next note is the next line up. The next note is the same. The next note is the next space up. The next note is the same space. The next note is the next line up. The next note is the same. The next note is the next space up. The next note is the same space. The next note is the next line down. The next one is the same. The next note skips all the way down to the same note we started at. Do you see what you did? You read all those notes. Can we do that again? Can we do it backwards? The next note's the same. Where's the next one? Just climb the ladder. Line, space, line, space, line. There it is. The next note's the same. The next note is the next space up. The next note's the same. The next note is the next line down. And so on and so forth. You can finish that, right? We're going to repeat that, but this time where you see the blue rectangle, we're not going to play any note. We're just going to hold the note. So let's see what that sounds like. Recognize that tune? This is how we denote that held note. That's right, those different types of notes we saw before are used to show different time values. We can't play piano with just one finger, right? Planning ahead on fingering is a very important part of sight reading. Your homework is to assign finger numbers, 1 through 5, 1 being the thumb, so that our melody sounds nice and melodic. Post your answer as a comment. There are many different answers. We can vote for the best one, okay? See you next time. Bye.